Every once in a while, a week comes along that feels different. Like you're watching a history book being written in real time. And we just lived through one of those weeks in the world of AI. So today, we're going to go way beyond the headlines and piece together the incredible story of what actually happened.
It all started with this number, $122 billion. Just let that sink in. That is the insane amount OpenAI just secured in a new funding round. It's a number so big, it's almost hard to wrap your head around. But honestly, it's the key to understanding everything else that went down.
But look, that massive number, it wasn't just about the money. It was a signal. It was like a starting gun that kicked off this frantic global chain reaction. And the ripples are being felt in boardrooms, in research labs, and yeah, even in our own homes.
That $122 billion investment, it kicked off what you can only call a global gold rush. And if you follow the money from just this 1 week, you can see exactly where the world is placing its bets on the future of intelligence itself.
And this isn't just a Silicon Valley story. Not at all. Over in Europe, Mistral AI pulled in almost $1 billion to build out its own data center. In Asia, Alibaba is chasing a colossal $100 billion goal for AI and cloud. And then you have these new players like Aetherflux, now worth $2 billion, with plans to literally put AI infrastructure in space. The scale here is just wow.
And all this cash flooding the market, it signals a really big shift. The game isn't just about building the coolest, most mind-bending AI anymore. Nope. The focus now is squarely on one thing: monetization. Companies like OpenAI are pivoting hard toward building practical, profitable tools that businesses and developers can actually use.
Of course, all that money isn't just sitting in a bank somewhere. It is fueling an absolutely ferocious technological arms race. The competition to build the next generation of AI tools has officially gone into overdrive.
And check out the showdown between the giants just this week. Google dropped Gemini 3.1 Flash Live, a wild, real-time voice model, plus a new compression trick to make AI run better on smaller gadgets. At the exact same time, Meta is showing off Avocado, its new lightweight model made to bring powerful AI right to your phone. And it even comes with its own autonomous agent. Everyone is trying to carve out their own turf.
And let me tell you, the stakes in this race are ridiculously high. This week, the internal source code for Anthropic's highly anticipated Claude Code model got leaked. This is not a friendly rivalry anymore. We're talking about proprietary tech worth billions being breached. It's kicking up huge debates about security across the whole industry.
And all this power creates a really fascinating dilemma, right? On one hand, you have a New York Times freelancer getting fired for using AI to write a book review. Raises all sorts of questions. But on the other hand, physicists at UC Santa Barbara used AI agents to solve problems in minutes that would have taken them weeks. So is it a tool for cheating or a tool for discovery? Right now, it looks like the answer is both.
Okay, so let's bring all this high-level tech and finance down to earth. Because this whole arms race isn't just happening in some secret lab. The results are already showing up at our jobs and, yeah, in our living rooms.
6,000.
That's how many companies the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta just surveyed about how they're using AI.
And what they found is pretty clear-cut. For businesses, AI is not some far-off concept anymore. It's here. Adoption is already high and growing fast in huge sectors like finance, manufacturing, and healthcare. It is quickly becoming a core part of the economy.
And it's getting personal. Samsung is now embedding AI models right into their appliances so they'll work even without the internet. Spotify's AI DJ can now riff in 50 different languages. Your Garmin watch can now be a real-time AI coach that adjusts your workouts. And Amazon's Alexa is getting an update to become, well, proactive, to anticipate what you need before you even ask. The world around us is literally getting smarter.
But maybe the most profound, most sci-fi shift this week was seeing AI break free from our screens. It's now controlling things that move and act and exist out here in the physical world. The acceleration just this week has been incredible, and it's happening at every scale you can imagine. On a personal level, Tesla rolled out its most advanced full self-driving software across the globe. Scale up to a whole city, and you got Waymo launching its driverless taxis in places like Dubai and Tokyo. And then, at a global scale, the first fully autonomous cargo ship just crossed the Pacific Ocean with an AI at the helm. No joke. And it's not just things with wheels. This week, Boston Dynamics' Atlas robot, the one from all those crazy videos, was actually put to work on a real car assembly line.
This is a huge leap, proving that humanoid robots are getting ready for complex, real-world jobs right alongside people.
So naturally, when AI gets this powerful and starts moving around in the real world, it forces us to ask the biggest question of all. How in the world do we control it? This week saw a frantic global scramble to try and write the rules.
And when you look around the world, there's just no consensus. It's all over the place. The EU is moving forward with really strict enforcement and huge fines, but at the same time, courts in the US are actually striking down government bans on AI, citing free speech. Meanwhile, the UN is creating a global agency to fight misinformation, and Japan is pushing for a treaty on copyright. It's a complex, fragmented picture, to say the least.
And this push for rules isn't just coming from governments. You have former top execs from Google and OpenAI publicly sounding the alarm that AI is supercharging cybercrime. You've got Wall Street investors putting pressure on tech companies to be accountable for rogue AI. And the UK just opened a dedicated national facility just to stress test these advanced models before they get out into the wild.
But maybe the most surprising call for caution came from inside the house. OpenAI itself, the company at the center of all this, published a paper suggesting international treaties to actually cap how much computing power any one company can control. Think about that. Even the creators are saying, hey, maybe we need to think about putting some limits on this.
Which brings us to this, the final, critical question. We've seen the money, we've seen the tech, and we've seen the scramble to regulate it. But as this power continues to grow exponentially, the biggest unresolved debate is a really simple but profound one. Who gets to decide what happens next?